and welcome to Weyermann's Whimsy. Today we are going to make this Christmas card using the Snowflake Wishes stamp set and the coordinating So Many Snowflakes dies. These are separate items in the catalog. They don't come as a bundle, but I am going to show you how to make a really simple, straightforward card. We've got Costal Cabana as the card base, and then I used the largest of the stitched rectangle dies to do the card front, and we're going to use a technique. It's just blending brushes on cardstock, and I got the idea off the Stampin' Up website. They talked about using blending brushes on the die cuts after you've cut them out, but what I decided to do was to take a piece of cardstock and use my blending brushes on it. You know, you'll see there's lots of the hard circles on here. Doesn't really matter because we're cutting it out. I used Party, Balmy Blue, and Costal Cabana. And when I did my sample card, I didn't use the adhesive backed paper, but I am going to do it on this one. So this one has got the adhesive backing on it, so it's sticky. If I peel it off, it's sticky. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my ink. I'm going to start with Pool Party. And I'm just going to do some swirling with my blending brushes, just adding color to the card front. And I'm just going to smear it around a little bit. And I'm going to do a few of these cards, so I am going to use this whole piece of cardstock. So that is the Pool Party done. And I do have separate brushes for each of my colors just to keep them as clean as possible. So I'm going to go in with the Costal Cabana, and I'm just going to come in, and it's just a little bit brighter than the Pool Party, just adds a level of texture in there. I'm just going to keep adding it in. And then I'm going to come in with some Balmy Blue just to give it a little bit of kind of texture, a little bit of depth to it, but not a whole lot, because Costal Cabana is our card base, is our actual card. So I keep in the Costal Cabana theme, just kind of adding in wherever there's a spot that's a bit lighter. We'll just go ahead and add some Pool Party to it, or some Balmy Blue to it. Okay, so then I just need to cut these out, and I'm using the dies, as I said, from the So Many Snowflakes dies, and I can put them through, and I'm going to run them through just a couple of times. If I have multiples that I don't use, that's fine. With these dies, what I found is it works really well if you run them through, run them back, and then run them through again. So you're actually kind of running them under the wheel there about 3 times. It just helps really be able to pop them out. And so I'm just going to use just a piercing tool. There's the one. And then there's the other one, and this one can be a little bit tricky to get out. It's actually quite defined. The pieces are quite small, and it's easy to actually tear them off. So you just kind of have to break it out carefully. I'm going to run this through. I actually need one more of these, so I'm going to run this back through one more time. And I'm going to do this card just slightly differently. On the example card, and I'll just put it back down so you can see it, I've stamped in the background, and then I've put the dies cuts over top. And this time I'm going to try it with just the die cuts and see what happens, because I think this is it's a little too cluttered. It doesn't show the detail in the die itself, like in the die cuts themselves, very well. So we're going to give that a whirl when we build the new card. So first thing we need to do is we need to take our Costal Cabana, and we need to stamp the greeting. And I've stamped it just a little bit off center, low and to the right, like that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to place these on here just to see kind of what I need to do and where I need to stamp. So I'm going to put these here like this, and then I've got two of these little ones. I just need to knock the middles out of these ones. And these again do have the adhesive back on them, so they'll stick right down. And we don't have to worry about the fine glue or anything. So this is what it's going to look like. This is where I got to last time, and I thought it's a little plain. So I came in with the stamp from the set that's got multiple snowflakes on it, and I just kind of wiggled it in places where it looked like we needed a bit. Now, keeping in mind I haven't stuck any of the other snowflakes down yet. I just kind of have them positioned where I think I would like them to be. And I'm just coming in and adding some snowflakes. And this is the Costal Cabana that I'm using. And you can see how different it is and how different it's going to dry. So, actually, I think I did the other one. I apologize. I did the other one in Pool Party. This is all in Pool Party, and this is in Costal Cabana. So, I kind of like it with just the die cut rather than the stamping in behind. So I'm going to very carefully peel the backing off of these, and apologize for the drag in the video while I peel these off. Again, these ones are a little bit delicate, so we want to make sure that we're not tearing off any of the arms of the snowflakes while we're doing this. We're just going to pop this down like this. So what we're going to end up with is two different versions of the card. One where I've done the stamping in Pool Party and have actually stamped underneath the die cuts, and one in Costal Cabana where I haven't stamped under the die cut. So it gives you a couple of options, and you can see which version you like better. I can tell you that I prefer this version. Just, it's my own personal take. Again, you can do this in any color. If you wanted to use, say, Flirty Flamingo or Second Value of Melon Mambo, if you prefer like a pink Christmas card, for sure you can do that. Or you can do it with the main color of Balmy Blue, for sure. So I am now going to use dimensionals on this to put it on the front of the card. So again, sometimes creativity happens on the fly. Sometimes you get confused as to what you're doing in the middle, but you know what? It's your card. And if you don't tell anybody it's not the way it's supposed to be, they won't know, and they'll just think it's fabulous. So let's just attach this to the front of the card. Here, we're just going to line this up, make sure it's square, drop it down. So there we go. There's the two versions. This is Pool Party ink with the stamps behind the die cuts, and then this is Costal Cabana with just the die cuts. And I have to say, this one is actually my favorite, but you can do whatever you like. And I appreciate you watching and you're liking and subscribing to my videos. And let's create together again soon.